What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fishers in the suburbs of Indianapolis, Indiana. This is an Indianapolis suburb on the north side of Indianapolis. Now, this morning it's in the 20s. It was in the teens earlier. It got to be about 10 degrees this morning. So I'm about to drive back to Florida in a minute. Is it snowing?
Yeah.
It's snowing. Great, it's snowing, guys. Okay.
Just
snowing. Just a little tiny flurry bits, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like a whole suburb here on the north side of Indianapolis.
Yeah, and what surprises me is there's 100,000 people here pretty much.
In Fishers?
Yes.
So it's big too. And so is Carmel, right?
Yes, this is a rapidly growing area. 20 years ago, in 2000, the population was only 37,000. And then, like in 1990, when we were born, it had 7,000 people. So this area has grown rapidly.
Yeah. Go with me, go freeze to death.
In the last 30 years. She's waiting for someone.
It's flurrying.
Yes.
Light flurries. There's a light flurry. Flurry. Florida, that's where I want to go. Give a crap about this frozen tundra.
Jose,
What?
you gotta be here.
There's a beach somewhere in Sarasota. Well, go, women, you're driving the wrong way.
Excuse me.
These Indiana people are friendly, kind, warm, and highly complacent. I'm just gonna say it. There was actually people in downtown Indianapolis last night.
Yeah.
There's actually a traffic jam.
Yes.
The cold weather doesn't, like, I woke up like at 7 in the morning when it was like 10 degrees outside. There's like people walking around and I'm sitting here like, you're gonna freeze to death! Get inside, you dumb idiot! And they're like just walking around, going to stores. Like 10-degree weather doesn't stop people in Indiana. Sure as crap stops me. I mean, supposedly this is as bad as it gets, right? Like, this is pretty much 10 degrees is pretty cold, right?
Yeah.
We got in our car somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it if you were. Hey, look, it's a Bank of America. A brand new Bank of America, an Aldean. You know, Jason Aldean owns Audis. That's why it's called Audis.
No, that's not it, Jose.
No.
Okay, so.
There's just a Chipotle.
Yeah. This place is 83% W.
No crap. At least.
5.8% B.
Something.
7.2% A.
7% Asian?
Yeah.
Interesting. If you live here, what are the main nationalities? I hate when they do that. I would. Oh, it's snowing. Dude, it's like literally snowing. Oh crap, those cars almost crashed.
W and A.
Like, I would like to know the nationalities of the Asians, because Asian is just a broad term. It could be Pakistani, it could be Somalian.
Yeah, and there's only 2.7% H.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about H in this, Hispanics and Latinos in this metropolitan area, I suspect they're living in the worst areas. I can say the same thing for Charlotte. Let's talk about Forbes for a minute. So Forbes dropped a list of the 15 most dangerous cities. They do it every year. 15 safest, 15 most dangerous. We have a flat tire or something? Or are the roads this bad?
The roads.
Let me check my tire pressure. 30 pounds all the way around.
Yeah. Is it supposed to be more?
Yeah, but it's also cold, 10 degrees, so
cold,
the tires.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, like I was saying, guys, it's a little disappointing that, for the most part, it looks like Forbes drops their list of the 15th dangerous cities. and they're safest cities. And I don't think it's accurate. And I've always been on point with supporting Forbes. And I think they really, you can start to see that Forbes used to be considered like, there used to be news channels like MSNBC, Forbes, news outlets that you could trust were not going to deceive you. But it seems like even they are on the news is no longer accurate category.
Yeah.
And it's a shame to say that because I like Forbes. But I go to a lot of places that are on that list, and there's some inaccuracies. And it looks like they put Charlotte on the safest cities in America, which
Charlotte is not
even
safest
close.
cities in America.
Not even close. And look, we've done videos in Charlotte extensively now. You can't even record a YouTube video in Charlotte without having somebody doing something illicit get upset and try to take your camera. We've had it happen like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah.
And it's on video. You can't deny it. The first time it wasn't on video because, then they called me a liar. But we came back and we proved that, yes, in fact, in Charlotte, you can't even record from a street corner without somebody telling you can't record because it's their hood, though. So, no, Charlotte's doesn't belong in the safest list. What I think is going on is that there's a lot of new apartments in Charlotte, and Forbes might be to blame for why their associates there are entangled with why there's so many new apartment buildings been put into Charlotte, and people are starting to realize that the city's dangerous and they're not going to move there. It's actually snowing lately. So I feel like with Forbes, it's a real shame, really, that they were credible. Now, they had Mobile, Alabama. What was the list? What are the top 15 most dangerous? I think I sent it to you.
You did.
It is literally snowing. It is snowing in Hamilton County. And this girl right here sitting next to me is a Hamilton by her mom's side. And we're in Hamilton County. And her family's from a small town near here. I'm like, you're a bigwig out here, Katie. It's literally snowing. Yeah, you are. You're a bigwig out here. And you haven't been using your bigwig card.
Jose.
Look, it's literally snowing. What are we supposed to do? Ah! It's snowing! What do we do? Drive into buildings?
No.
Slide? Donuts?
Drive normal.
Ah! It's snowing! What do we do? Keep me warm! Dang it! Your fat will keep me warm!
There's a heater in the car, weirdo!
Okay, I'm hyperventilating. It's literally snowing out here. I have a subscriber who gets mad at me. He's like, dang it, Jose, every time you do that, my dog starts barking, and then my neighbor's dog starts barking, and then every dog in the neighborhood barks because you're screaming and it's scaring my dog. He's like, I like watching your videos, but you keep scaring my dog every time you scream.
The most dangerous city they put as St. Louis, Missouri.
Now I'll tell you this, and another one of my subscribers just made a comment on my community post. St. Louis is one of the safest cities you can go to.
Yeah.
As long as you stay out of the north side of the city. If you stay out of the hood, we go to St. Louis all the time. Have we ever been scared to be in St. Louis?
No.
No. Because it's all among each other. Like if you're just going there and you're in a hotel, I think the shadiest thing we saw in St. Louis was a woman who was using her children as bait to get you to pay for her to get a hotel room, which is most likely going to be used for all types of illegal activities.
Yeah.
And I have slept in St. Louis in a Marriott. I was in a Marriott in St. Louis, and there was a woman with kids. There's a woman with kids shamefully sleeping in this hotel room lobby. So, I mean, it's freezing cold, so of course that would never happen in Florida, let's say. But here, in the, where it gets cold, if you're at the front desk and a woman shows up with kids, by law, you have to let them stay in the lobby. You don't have to give them a room, but I guess they're allowed to let them sleep in the lobby. So this woman's with 2 kids in a lobby, sleeping in the lobby, they don't know where to live, with 2 kids. But she's trying to get you to get her a hotel room, which will probably end up being used for all types of illegal activities since she's got 2 kids to feed. And it seems like her only asset was her asset. Anyways, at the end of the day, I've been to St. Louis a lot. Would you say it's the most dangerous city in the country?
No.
It is by murder rate.
Yeah. But a lot of those statistics are between themselves. Locals.
I would say Detroit is definitely more dangerous than St. Louis.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Number 2, they put Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, so here's a problem with that. We've lived in Alabama. We're extensively familiar with all the large cities in Alabama. Mobile is more dangerous than Birmingham. That doesn't even check out.
Yeah, because the next one is Burn. It doesn't check out.
I don't think Mobile is more dangerous. Now, here's what the problem is with Mobile. Is that, like, let's say Pritchard, right?
Yeah.
Pritchard is the most dangerous place in Alabama. But it's too small. But Pritchard's within city limits. So what the city of Mobile has been doing is they've been subdividing the suburbs. And St. Louis does it too.
Yeah.
Like Ferguson and all that on the north side. What St. Louis has been doing, and Alabama does it there in Mobile as well. Birmingham doesn't have that, by the way. The reason, all right, so there's different aspects to this. So the first part of this is Pritchard, for example, is one of the worst places in Mobile, and it's not within city limits. Mm-hmm. And then they also have their police jurisdiction. It's not the same as the city limits. So Alabama's been using that. Mobile, Alabama's been using that to cover up their murder rate. So they reported that their murder rate in Mobile, Alabama was something like 55 people. Mm-hmm. Then people in California come back and they're like, hold on now. This is your real city core. You know, your real murder rate is this. It was 120 people. So Mobile has reshaped their city limits to exclude places like Pritchard, but include places way out in the suburbs to lower their murder rate. Now here comes along these people in California and say, hold on, this is the actual core of your city. As a general thing, your city's murder rate is actually this, not that. And people in Alabama, the sheriff's officers in Birmingham and in Mobile are furious. They're furious at this Forbes list because, of course, this is going to hurt two things. It's going to hurt their tourist dollars, one. And two, it's going to hurt their people that are bringing companies, remote companies that are moving to Alabama. So now, instead of being mad at, they ought to be mad at their cities for being so dangerous. They're mad at Forbes for saying you were dangerous. But I would say the problem with Birmingham is the exception to the rule. So like St. Louis has areas that should be within city limits. Mobile, Alabama has definitely areas that should be within the city limits. The problem with Birmingham is that the city limits of Birmingham are simply the absolute worst neighborhoods. As soon as you leave Birmingham city limits, it improves. And that's the problem that Birmingham has, is that Birmingham, all of the bad neighborhoods fall within city limits. If by any chance, look at all the snow piled up in the parking lot. If by any chance in the world you were to reshape Birmingham's city limits to include what the city of Birmingham actually should be, which is like Homewood, Hoover should all be city limits, Tarrant, but then they even have some suburbs in Birmingham that are outside city limits that are bad. But as a general thing, you would assume that, why is it so hot in here? You know, you have to understand city limits do play a role. But these people in California are saying Mobile is more dangerous than Birmingham. I could disagree with that. What do you think? Because I go to Mobile all the time and I don't feel scared.
No.
I know it's dangerous. You're alert and stuff, but you're not terrified.
They put Baltimore as
Baltimore's more dangerous. Baltimore and St. Louis. And I'll be honest, Detroit, well, I don't know if Detroit's more dangerous than Birmingham, to be honest. Because we had people pull machine saunas in Birmingham. That's like some...
Montgomery
should be higher than Mobile. I agree.
Montgomery's not even on the list.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a reply video when we get home about this. A real nice edited reply video. Montgomery should be on the list higher than Mobile, and there's no reason for Mobile to be higher than Birmingham.
Yeah.
But the people in California, they're looking at it as, we know you're trying to tweak your. Okay, under those circumstances, why isn't Jacksonville, Florida, on the list? Why isn't Atlanta on the list?
Exactly.
And why isn't Charlotte on the list? They got Charlotte on their safest list. But Charlotte has the same thing going on. Charlotte has a lot of... In Jacksonville, Florida did something. Okay, now we're entering Carmel, which is the fourth... Want to just do one video on this topic?
Sure.
Carmel and Fisher. Let me see the map. Alright guys, so now we're going to cross into Carmel. And Carmel will be a different video. So continue this conversation on the Carmel video, because we're about to cross into Carmel, Indiana. It'll be a different video. So we'll end this video and we'll continue the same exact conversation as soon as we cross this line on part 2 of this conversation. So if you want to hear the rest of this conversation, find my Carmel, Indiana video.
Yeah.
Because once we cross this river, we're in a different city and I'm going to make a different video for it right now. So